Hello there, my name is Marnie Homer and I am the founder of Tall Poppies Rising. Welcome to this video. This video tonight is on how to remove the obstacles holding you back from a life of financial freedom. So, did you know that in 2015 and 2016, around 3/4, in fact 74% of Australian households actually held debt? And the average household debt of all households was around about $168,000. That's a lot of debt, isn't it? And whilst there are different types of debt, there are many, many people who have managed to get themselves into quite a pickle with their debt. In fact, more than 32,000 Australians declared bankruptcy in the 2017-2018 financial year. Now, this, in my opinion, is pretty serious stuff because, to go bankrupt, right? To go bankrupt, that really has to be one of the very, very, very last resorts that you would actually take, wouldn't you think? Because, it's not a really great thing to do, is it, to actually find out that you've gone bankrupt? There's a lot of people that have a lot of stigma around that. So it would certainly, in my view, be one of the very, very last steps that I would actually take. So why do you think it is that, people get themselves in trouble like this in the first place? Well, do you think it could be because of a lack of education? Because there's no actual formal money training, is there? And it's possibly this, or perhaps it's self-sabotage as well. They're deliberately spending money. They're spending more money than they actually make. And potentially this is the problem. Or what if it is that they feel that they need to display a certain level of wealth for fear of what other people actually think? Or maybe it's just plain temptation. What do you think? What do you think the reasons are why people actually go out there and actually, get themselves into so much trouble? Well, I can tell you it's probably all of those reasons and actually a few more. And the trouble is, for whatever reasons these people have gotten themselves in so deep, the place they find themselves, as I said earlier, can be really, really scary. Do you know, the phone rings consistently with debt collectors calling at all hours and using all kinds of tactics to try and get money. And they get countless notices in the mail and, they get final notices and letters of demand even. And it can be a really awful place to be in. It can also be really embarrassing, and no one wants to admit that they're actually there for fear of being judged by others or maybe even scorned. So they tend to hide away and they're afraid to pick up the phone in case there's a debt collector, and they just end up spiraling downwards fast, over, down, down, down. Now, I want to say that if you're in this situation, then the best thing you can do is reach out for help. There are plenty of places these days who can help you with this situation, and you just have to ask for the help. You just have to reach out and you have to ask for the help, okay? All right. What I want to focus on in this video, though, is the reasons why people actually get here and why people have blocks around what it is that they truly want, which is really the financial freedom. Let's face it, we all want it, right? We all dream of having that dream life that we see some people having on the internet, the ones where they go to travel overseas whenever they want and they go out and they party and they go on these adventures. So why is it that some people seem to have it all and others simply find it really hard to even keep money in the bank? Why is that, do you think? Some people suffer and other people live this absolute lavish lifestyle. Well, I believe it all comes down to mindset. And see, even though some people actually want to have that incredible lifestyle, it's because of their lack of self-belief in both themselves and their abilities that they believe that they cannot have it. And they may want to travel the world, they may want to see the sights, yet they believe that they are not good enough or that they do not have what it takes. And they never actually take the action and make the moves to make it happen. And so they don't. Now, my parents are a classic example of that. My father died suddenly at 54, and the one thing he wanted to do was ride the train between Las Vegas and Denver, because apparently it wraps itself around the track or something, I don't know. But he was a train buff, and he wanted to do that. And you know what? He never got to do it. And then just recently, I lost my mum. And just before she died, she told me that all she ever wanted to do was go and see the Grand Canyon. And all the things that you could do in life, that's the one thing she wanted to do. And she didn't get to go and do that either. It's because she had blocks, she had thoughts in her mind, she had limiting beliefs holding her back and stopping her in her unconscious mind. So what are these blocks and how do we remove them? Well, as I said, they're usually negative emotions or they're limiting beliefs. And see, if you believe you can or you cannot do something, then you're actually right. And it's actually really that simple. If you believe you can gain the knowledge and learn the tricks to be financially wealthy, then you will be. And if you believe you can't, then you really won't. And it all comes down to what you've downloaded throughout your life. So if, for example, you've downloaded the belief that money doesn't grow on trees and that money is hard to come by, then that is what you will find in life. However, if you believe you're abundant and that money flows easily and effortlessly, then superstar, chances are it will. You've heard of the law of attraction, right? Well, what if that is actually true? What if it's actually a true thing? And what if all it took was for you to do some work with a coach to remove whatever limiting beliefs you actually had around money, for you to become financially free? Would you do it? Well, superstar, I've got to tell you that the world really is your oyster, and we can have everything that we can possibly dream of. There is so much abundance around us everywhere and in everything. And all you have to do is just take a wee bit of action and really, really believe in yourself and believe that you really can have anything that you want, okay? It simply comes down to your belief. There we go. That's me. That's what you need to do. You need to get your mindset cleared so that you can go out there and you can believe 100% that you can and you will have everything you have ever desired in life. That's me. That's my 7 minutes. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video in this series. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.